Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds, and this is Fast Drive Football, and this is my um, YouTube League Superbowl, and we have the Vegas Gamers of Steve Tower after further review, and we have Shawn D, French Tricycles, and it should be a good game. Should be really, really close. I need to do something for a second and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It should be really good matchup. We'll see how things go down. The Vegas Gamers, they started their season out winning their first 8 games, and they wound up winning their uh, first 8 games, and it looked like they were just going to roll right on through, and that didn't happen. They went on a losing streak, and but they wound up, trudging through and making it through and winning the important games. Shawn's French Tricycles have been on top of their division since week 1, and they're not perfect. They are 10-4, and we'll see how things go tonight. The winner of this one is going to get the semi-prolific quality in season 2, and the loser of the league, and that is my friend Chris Hawes. Sorry, Chris, it just happened that way. He is going to get the prolific quality. The worst team's going to get the prolific quality, and the team that won the Super Bowl is going to get the semi-prolific quality, and that's to try to make the worst team a little bit better in season 2. I'm going to talk a little bit about season 2 at the end of this particular venture, I should say, Super Bowl. And I tell you what I've got so far. A lot of this won't be written in stone until the next season, but I've got it in the works. We're going to have a 16-team league next season, which pretty much means that everybody will play each other once. Well, that accounts for 15 of the games. That accounts for 15 weeks. And usually there's, I think, 17 weeks currently in a football season. So that, but let us get down to the field. We are not here to babble and rabble and that about stuff that's not happening yet. Let's get down to the field. And I started this back on the 27th of January, and it is now the 19th of February, so about a month. And I just I didn't show all 4 games, but I tried to show the best game of each week, and occasionally I did do 2 games. In my next season, I want to do 1 game from each division, and there's 4 divisions next season, not just 2. So there'll be 1 game from each division, and then the rest will be done offline. So let us get started. If it's a dot, that means Vegas gets the ball, or will get to decide. And if it's no dot, then Shawn's French Tricycles will get to decide. And this will be, I think, Shawn's first attempt at actually winning something. So let's see how that goes. Vegas will decide to defer to the second half, so that means the French Tricycles will get the ball. Okay. Quarter 1. 3 ticks will come off the clock, and that's average field position. That means it's 3:45. And 4, 5, 6 for France. Are they a dull offense? They're not a dull offense. This is a TD run for France. All right. 52 for the extra point, and you'll see it there. 52 is good, so that puts France up 7-0. 36. Vegas gets average field position. 1 tick off the clock. Takes us to the 5-minute mark. 1-3-5, and I believe that's a fumble. And it is. So Vegas fumbles the ball. I'll re-roll that because it hit the dice. 5 on the fumble. That would be great field position for France. Okay. 1 tick off the clock. 6:15. 1-2-6 for France. Reliable offense, yes. Meek defense, no. So this is a punt for France. It's a punt for France. That would be average field position for Vegas. Average field position for Vegas. Okay. Okay. 1-3-5. That's 3 ticks off. That is a fumble as well. It takes 3:45. That takes us to the 10-minute mark. That's a fumble. 3 on the fumble. That's average field position for France. 3 ticks off the clock. That's the 13:45 mark. 1 tick left in the first quarter. 4, 5, 6. Dull offense. That's no. This is a TD run. Yeah. It's a TD run, and that is, believe it or not, that's a 64, so they will actually miss. There's a doink on the left, and I'm also including the doink on the right. So that's a doink on the right side. So that puts them, France, up 13-0. Okay. Right. That will be average field position. Can we get an extra 2.5 minutes? And we do. We start the second quarter at the 7.5 minute mark. 4, 5, 6. They adult offense. Vegas is not adult offense. So this will be a TD run as well. And 25 on Vegas, that is good. So that makes it 13-7. Okay. That'll be average field position for France. 2 ticks off the clock. Makes it 10-minute mark. And that's 3-4-4 for France. Secure or home offense. They're not secure, but they are the home offense. So this will be a punt. It's a punt. Okay, the punt will be great field position for Vegas. Two ticks off the clock. 12.5 minutes. 2-2-3 for Vegas. Undisciplined defense. That is no. Mild defense. That is no. This will be a punt. 2 ticks off the clock. And that is the end of the first half. It's 13-7 France. So it is a close one. We go to the third quarter. Vegas will get the ball first. Vegas will get the ball first. Okay. Average field position. 2 ticks off the clock. 2.5 minutes gone. 4-4-6. Poor field position. No. This will be a TD pass. And let's see how it goes. 52 and 52 on the extra point is good. So that makes it 14-3 France. I'm sorry, not 14-3, 14-13 France. Okay. That will be average field position, 3 ticks, which will take it to 6-15. 2-5-6 for France. Great field position, no. Home offense, that's a field goal attempt. Okay. And they will roll for the field goal. 35. And as you see, that is very good. So that takes it 14-16. All right. That would be Vegas, average field position, 1 tick off the clock. That makes it 7.5. Halfway through the third quarter, 136. Prolific offense. And the dice says yes, that's a TD pass. $42. And the extra point will be good. Makes it 21-16. Okay. France is an average field position. 2 ticks off the clock. That takes us to the 10-minute mark. 2, 3, 4. Dull or undisciplined offense? No. Staunch defense? No. That's a TD pass. And the extra point will be good. So it's 21-23 France. Vegas, average field position, 3 ticks off the clock. 4-5-5, which puts it down to the 13:45 mark. 4-5-5. Dull offense, that's no. This will be a TD run. Okay. That would take it to 28. We're going to roll for a 2-point conversion here. And I'm going off the bottom, and you'll see that's the XP2, and that's a 26. So that 2-point conversion is good. If it were an 11 or 66, I'd say no. But in this case, it's 26 in the middle, so that will take the Vegas up to 30. So it's 30-23. Okay. And France is due up. That will take us to the, let's see, 3:45 mark of the fourth quarter. France, average field position, 4 ticks off the clock. Can we get an extra 6? 2? No. 2-6-6 for France. Passive defense, no. Wait a minute. Passive defense, no. Clumsy offense, no. Active defense, no. This is a punt. It's a punt for France. 52 on the punt is average field position for Vegas. 1 tick off the clock takes us to the 5-minute mark. 1-2-5. Solid offense. Yes, they are solid. That's a corner punt. It's a corner punt. All right. 64 on the corner punt. That's average field position for France. Okay. 2 ticks off the clock takes us to the 7.5-minute mark. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 2-5-5 for France. Staunch defense, no. Great field position or undisciplined defense, no. This is a corner punt. Right, that is a corner punt. 16, poor field position for Vegas. Okay. 2 ticks off the clock. Takes us to the 10-minute mark. 4 ticks left. 266 for Vegas. Passive defense. No. Passive defense. Yes, that's a punt. It will be a punt. 22 on the punt. That will be poor field position for France. Okay. 1 tick off the clock. 11:15. 1, 2, 3. Poor field position. Yes, that's a punt. Hey, Dwayne. Sorry I didn't see you there. We've got we're at the 11:15 mark of the fourth quarter. Vegas is up 30-23, and they're getting ready to get the ball. Okay, 53 on the punt, and 53 on the punt. That's average field position for Vegas. Okay, there are 3 ticks left on the clock. Vegas will use one of them. 1, 2, 6. That takes us to the 12.5 minute. Well, there'll be 2 ticks left. 1, 2, 6 for Vegas. Reliable offense, no. Meek defense. And I'll show this to you. France is semi-meek. The decider die says yes, they are meek. So that's lucky for them because that's a punt and not it doesn't wind up as an interception. So Vegas punts the ball. 51 on the punt. That will be average field position for France. France has 2 ticks. France has 2 ticks on the clock, and they're the home team. So if they can do it, they can tie this game up, and they could decide to go for a 2-point conversion to win the game, or they can just go to overtime. So let's see what happens here. Like Dwayne said, it's a very good game. It's very close. Let's see how things happen. Right. Okay. Oh. The one thing you did not want to see, that is 5 ticks off the clock. That means we're at the end of the game and Vegas wins. Yeah. You can see it right there. That is a 6. That's the end of the game because there were only 2 ticks left on the clock and they got 6. So that's the end of the game. That was super close. And like I said, this is Shawn's first attempt at winning anything I think winning anything as far as YouTube goes. You can't get closer than what just happened here. It's 30-23. It was 13-0 in favor of France at the end of the first quarter. At the end of the half, it was 13-7 in favor of France. At the 2.5 minute mark. Um, really, uh, if Shawn could have, Dwayne, if Shawn could have scored in that last play, it would have been tied and it would have gone to overtime. But as it is, he didn't get a chance. Um, and let's see something here. There's a lot of one results that could have helped him out, and you had two or three results in the twos that could have gotten. If he would have had a 2-4-4, a 2-4-6, uh, or a 2-5-5, he could have had a chance at scoring. Um, but like I said, it was 13-7 in favor of France at halftime. Vegas went up at the 2.5 minute mark, 14-3, and they pretty much stayed in the lead after that. France got a field goal to make it 16-14. Um. Oh, let's see. I think I think it was I think it was 1-4-6. And Vegas did not have a staunch defense. It would have been a TD run. It would have been a TD run if the one or the four would have been on the red dice. France would have tied the game. Yeah, if the one or the four would have been on that red dice, France would have tied the game. Um, yeah, at the 7.5 minute mark of the third quarter, uh, Vegas went up 21-16. At the 10 minute mark, France got a touchdown, made it 23-21, and then Vegas at the 13:45 mark, they got a touchdown there, and it made it 28-23. But they also went for the 2-point conversion, and you'll have to take a look at this on my card. I have the 2XP, which is the 2-point conversion down here, and it was like the roll was a 26, and if it's 11, I don't count it, and if it's a 66, I don't count it. So it was clearly good, and the French Tricycles tried. They didn't really have a chance until that last roll there at the 12 and a half minute mark. They didn't really have a chance until then to really score. And but after further review, this one goes to Steve Tower, guys. The Vegas Gamers are the champions. And like I said, Steve Tower's team was very good. He started out winning the first 8 games of the season, and he looked like he was going to zoom to the finish line. And then after those 8 games, he started going on a losing streak, and he only won one more game of the season. The French Tricycles, on the other hand, very close. They just ran out of time on that last roll. That last roll was a 6. If it had been if the dice would have had a 1 or a 4, it would have gone to overtime, and the French Tricycles would have had a shot in overtime to win it. I'm already in the works, guys, for season 2, but I'm not bringing out season 2 until September. There's some other things I want to get to. I want to get back to my History Maker Baseball inside pitch, and that thing, yeah, it's, yeah. But I will say this: uh, next season, on the second season, um, we we're having 16 teams, 4 divisions, and I plan on uh, doing each week. I plan on doing a game, basically a game of the week from each division. So I'll be doing 4 games. So it'll take me a little bit longer. This, like I said, I started January 27th, and it's the 19th of February. So this one took about a month, and I didn't do 4 games. I didn't do all 4 games for the 8, all 8 teams each week. I did 1, 2 on occasion. So I zipped through this pretty good. And this is pretty much my second big project that I've done, that I've completed. The first being my Dice United FC Cincinnati 2019 replay, and you can catch those on my Praise Network channel. And those, look at my channel, and you'll see them. They're like in the 20s, I think. I think it starts at Praise Sports Network episode 24, if I'm not mistaken. In the Eastern Conference, you'll have in the East Conference. I have 2 conferences. There's an East and a West. The East Conference is comprised. Yeah, it is. It is, Dwayne. It is, Dwayne. This YouTube channel's expanding. I'm going to have 16 teams, 2 conferences, 4 divisions. The East Conference is comprised of the American Division and the Canadian Division. Your 4 teams for the American Division will be Vegas. Rob's Richmond Racers will be moving to the European League. And my friend Chris Hawes, Blue Crabs, will be moving to Baltimore. You'll have the Jacksonville Jesters. And my Cleveland Gladiators are moving to Lexington, and they will be known as the Lexington Stallions. In the Canadian Division, we have the Montreal Mounties, and that will be owned by Dave Garner. The second team in the Canadian Division will be the Toronto Caribou, and my friend Chad Riley will be the owner of that team. The third team will be the Ottawa Truck Drivers, and my friend JT will be the owner of that team. And the last team in the Canadian Division will be the Calgary Forest Rangers, and my friend Shawn Sims will be the owner of the Calgary Forest Rangers. In the West Division, in the European Division of the West, you'll have Shawn D's French Tricycles. You'll have Chris Delaware's Istanbul Camels. I'm scratching the turkey from that. They're just going to be the Istanbul Camels. Uh, Rob's Richmond Racers are moving to the European division, and Dwayne Martz is going to be the owner, and the meddling owner of Rob has decided to become the head coach of the his team, and his team's name will be the Egyptian Chariots. He's moving to the European and league, and he's going to be Dwayne Martz will be the owner of the Egyptian Chariots, and Rob will be the head coach of that team. My brothers, Manchester Pub Crawlers, they are moving to Dublin, and that's just it. They're moving to Dublin. They'll be the Dublin Pub Crawlers. The fourth and last division is the World Division, and the first team in that division will be the Kenyan Rhinos, and that's owned by my friend Doc Sims. And I hate to say this, guys, but the Chicago Bears are fed up with the NFL. They just can't take it anymore. They are fed up with the NFL, and our illustrious friend Sportsman Z has decided to take the Chicago Bears and move to Russia. So in the World League of the YouTube our YouTube sports channel, the Sportsman Z will be in charge of the Russian Bears. And my friend, Al Red Sox fan, says he's not getting a good enough tan. So he's decided to move to Mexico City, and he's taking care of the Mexico City Aztecs. And my friend Joe Ingersoll from my Inside Pitch baseball league I was in last year has decided to take care of the Hong Kong Samurais. And that, my friends, is our that will be our divisions in that for season 2 of the YouTube Football League, and that's not going to be until September. And I'll have to create the cards and that. And the one thing I will say is that Vegas will be semi-prolific, and the Baltimore Blue Crabs will be, Vegas will be semi-prolific, and the Baltimore Blue Crabs will be prolific because they were the worst team this season. And I'm going to write these on what is the Fast Drive blank football sheets, so that I have these for future reference. But if somebody would like a copy of these, I would gladly, ship them to you, for whatever, because I basically used the Fast Drive expansion chart in order to create these. So, I'm not going to make any money off of them, but if you would like a copy of them, I could easily give you the information. Just say that you would like a copy, and I would get in touch with you to get your information and stuff like that. Um, but Shawn came that close, that close. It was very good game. Probably the one of the best games I've had all season. Uh, very close. Uh, my next, I want to get back to my History Maker baseball project, and the next thing I want to do is I want to learn Soccer Blast because I want to get into my next soccer project, which is to replay the 2019 season again using Soccer Blast and see if I can go for, you know, more than yeah, more than six wins and for the season. This has been Philip Reynolds uh, or Fast Drive Phil. And if you like what you see, subscribe, turn on your notifications. If there is any teams that you would like to see, put a put something in the notes there. I downloaded some XFL stuff, some WFL stuff, some USFL stuff. I'm sure. I'm sure that Al Wilson will add the new USFL, which starts in April. Hopefully, he does that by March. That would be nice. And if he does do that, I will download that as well. But if there's any teams you want to see in Fast Drive football play, just put some stuff in the notes. You all take care. It's been great. Um, and I will say this after further review, it's the Vegas Gamers winning the Super Bowl championship 30-23. It was very close. And yeah, there is USFL stuff in the Fast Drive football, Dwayne. Check it out. Uh, but I'm hoping that they have the current USFL, which starts in April. I'm hoping he adds that in March. And if he does, I'll download it and we'll see how that goes. Take care, guys.